Hey everyone, welcome to Sports Bet Talk. My name is Austin, and today I'm going over my Week 10 NFL picks. This is a series I want to do. I'll do NFL and maybe some other sports as NFL ends. I might also get into college football a little bit um, as I get a little more into that. College football is a lot harder than NFL to me. So I'm just going to be looking at these picks. We're going to make it a rule I have to pick one, even though in real life I'm not always picking these teams, and I'll let you know when that is. As a disclaimer for this video, I am never forcing you to pick with me. Follow my picks at all. This is a way for you to see maybe some of my thought process here. Maybe it helps you out. If you want to follow me, after a little bit you see that I have a good track record, you can. But I am in no way forcing you or encouraging you to follow me on these. I will be looking at ESPN. I just typed in ESPN NFL lines. They bring up spreads, totals, and money lines for them. As I mentioned before, I am a big money lines bettor. I really like it more than spreads just because I like picking who's going to win rather than who's going to win by how many points or who's going to lose by how many points. As always with spreads, be careful with what you decide to do. Remember, you got the juice there. And this will be a different type of format than before. I'm going to try to keep this, I don't know what to call it, podcast style or just unedited as possible. I might do a couple takes on some if I have a really, really bad take or something on that. But for the most part, we'll keep this unedited. You'll hear my thoughts just as they come. So let's get into it real quick. First game up Thursday night, we got the Los Angeles Chargers at Oakland. They are 1.5 point favorites on the road at Oakland. Looks like the money line is minus 125-ish. Oakland is showing plus 105 at a couple of books. On this website, they have Caesars, Westgate, Unibet, and another one that for some reason doesn't ever show up NFL, so we won't worry about it. But I really like Oakland here at home. Kind of their last homestand in their stadium before they go to Vegas, supposedly. But the Chargers also just beat Green Bay, and so you got to be kind of careful. You got to remember a team's never as good as their best showing, never as bad as their worst. I don't know if that was their best showing or not, but I think it was a pretty high for them, and so I don't know that the Chargers will come out as good as they looked against a pretty bad showing for the Green Bay Packers. So if I have to pick, I'm going Oakland. I'm taking the money line at plus 105 here. The spread just doesn't matter to me at 1.5, and so picking them, but it's probably a game that I honestly stay away from because it seems like a coin flip. So moving right along, Detroit against Chicago, plus 125 for Detroit, minus 145 for Chicago. Straight up, I'm following my trend. I'm going against Chicago every time they are a favorite, especially in the money line. Detroit plus 120, 125. It looks like 125 at Caesar, so a little bit better there. Earn that extra $5 on your bet. And the point spread is just under a field goal. I don't think that'll matter much. The over-under is like 41 and a half, so pretty low point total here. But I really like Detroit. I think they're actually trying. Chicago is sort of trying, but their offense sucks. And I think that the defense is just getting tired of being on the field a bunch. Another bad showing from Mitch Trubisky, and I think this defense is getting ready to give up on the offense. So I've been on a streak since the Saints were underdogs against the Bears. I'm going Detroit all the way here. This is one I might actually get up to the window and bet. I really like Detroit in that one. Next one, Baltimore at Cincinnati. This is not a game I like. I am not betting this in any way in real life. But if you have to make me pick, I'm going to pick Baltimore. I just don't like the point spread here either at 10 points. And I don't think Cincinnati has a real shot at winning, so there's no way I'm going underdog here. Taking Baltimore at minus 500 for the free money. But again, this is a game I just avoid. I just think it's too risky. Baltimore might be a little flat coming off that big win against, the Patriots last week. I can't remember. I couldn't remember that. But, yeah. So, not one I actually bet, but if I have to, I'm just picking Baltimore. I think they're going to win. I'm just nervous about the point spread, maybe. Buffalo against Cleveland. Looks like the spread is about a field goal in favor of Cleveland, maybe 2.5, depending on where you go. Looks like Westgate has a 3, so as always, take the best line, shop around. If you're going to do the point spreads, I just personally don't like doing them. I'm better just picking who's going to win the game. I do like Buffalo here. They are my pick. Plus 130. Cleveland's minus 150. I don't think Cleveland's that good. I think they're imploding on themselves. They're worried about cleats and watches and apparently mustaches. I didn't realize it during the game or whatever, but watching some sports stuff after, apparently Baker Mayfield's shaved a couple times throughout the game. So I don't know. I don't like Cleveland here. I like Buffalo. I think they're a little better than people are giving them credit for. Plus 135 against a pretty bad Cleveland team that I think their defense is getting pretty tired. Their offense is just abysmal for some reason. That might be one I think I get to the window and bet Buffalo, and we'll have to see if maybe the line moves a little better here. Next game, Atlanta versus New Orleans. Straight up going with New Orleans here. I don't see any way Atlanta wins the game. I mean, they don't have a quarterback really. I don't know who their quarterback is, honestly. Atlanta's really fallen from the ranks of the top of the NFL after that Super Bowl loss. Looks like the spread is 13. So you're looking at a 2-touchdown cover there. If anyone can do it, it's New Orleans. I mean, they're going to lay points on this Atlanta team. I don't know how Atlanta even has on defense anymore. Anyway, so looking at that, it's probably one where I'd bet the spread instead of the money line. Kind of depends. I mean, New Orleans is going to win the game 99.99% of the time, but it can also be hard to risk $700 or $70. I like doing. We'll do $10 wagers because it's something that everyone can do pretty easily. So betting $70 to win 10, it's free money, in my opinion. Looks like at Caesars you can get it minus 650, so get that extra little bit off. Nice little bonus for you in terms of how much you have to risk. Moving right along, we have Giants at the Jets. Not really a home game. I guess Jets fans, season ticket holders for the Jets, get the tickets to the game first. But the New York Giants are favored still. Minus 140. Jets are plus 120. This is one that I think I will stay away from. Kind of like in the other scenarios. It's just a coin flip. Neither team is super great. I do like the over-under, though, in this one. I haven't mentioned that before. It's 43.5. I think this is a game teams are going to put up points, right? You're looking at, 3 touchdowns apiece-ish. I think that's pretty easy for these guys. But maybe the offenses are so bad, it doesn't matter that the defense is bad. The point spread is by a field goal. You're basically a pick 'em there, in my opinion. You're picking who's going to win for the spread. It might be one I just put the Jets. For this one, I have to pick. I'm going to pick the Jets at the plus money just because I feel that has a little more value than betting the Giants as a favorite. So I'm taking the Jets at plus 120 on that one. Moving right along. Next game, Arizona at Tampa Bay. Arizona's 185. Tampa Bay minus 220. The spread is 4.5, 4 points. So just a little bit more than a field goal there. But I really like Arizona in this game. I think Kyler Murray has it a little better than Jameis Winston does. So I'm taking Arizona here. Jameis Winston's a turnover machine. Plus 190. This is one I think I might get to the window and actually bet. I think Arizona's riding a pretty good streak here. Even though they lost San Francisco, they were pretty competitive. Next one, Kansas City against Tennessee. Not many lines out. Taking Kansas City all the way here at minus 3.5. The spread looks like that minus 200 plus 170 for Tennessee. On the money line, I don't think Tennessee has any business winning this game. I like Kansas City. We don't know if Patrick Mahomes is going to start. I think I saw something they want him to. This is supposed to be his return week, but there's not many lines out because they don't know for sure. So if you like Kansas City at the negative 3.5, I would go right now because if Patrick Mahomes is playing, they're definitely going to win by more than 3.5. I'm taking them. But this might be one. I don't know if it'll be closer than it needs to be if the backup, what's his name? Whoever the backup was. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, dang it. You guys put me on the spot, but we'll pick Kansas City here. Minus 200, that's the one I'm taking. Next one is Miami against Indiana. In Indiana. Indianapolis, I guess. I am definitely going with Indiana here. Indianapolis Colts. There's no way Miami wins this game in my opinion. But then again, that might be the reason they do. At plus 400 some places, 425, that's a lot of value. The point spread is 10.5. Without Jacoby Brissett, I don't think Indianapolis looks that great. And it's a Dolphin team that shows they still want to compete. They won a game, maybe, they turn it around. This is not one that I get to the window on, or if I do, this is just my long shot of the week. I don't bet very much on this one. For this purpose, I'm going to bet $10 on Miami. Right, I have to pick. I'm taking Miami here, hoping for the big shot there. At plus 400, so $10 to win 40. You get 50 back total. Pretty good. Next one, Carolina plus 190 at Green Bay. I am taking Carolina here. This is not one I get to the window on because I'm not totally confident in it. Green Bay will be a pretty good opponent for them, but I just don't know which Green Bay we're going to get. Is it last week? Do they, get embarrassed enough that they're going to figure it out? But Carolina at plus 190, 200 maybe some places. Looks pretty tempting. And so for this, right, I have to pick them. I'm picking Carolina there at the plus 190 for this week. Moving ahead to the next one, we've got the Los Angeles Rams against Pittsburgh. Oh, let me go to the spread there is 5 for that last one, sorry. Moving to the spread for this one is 3.5, so just over a field goal. Rams are favored against Pittsburgh. I don't know what to think about Pittsburgh, honestly. They're plus 165, 170, depending where you go. The Rams feel like they should win this game, but something deep inside of me saying, Pittsburgh's going to show up for some reason. So I'm taking Pittsburgh here. Again, this is not one that I am going to get to the window on in real life, just because it's too risky for me. You never know. Los Angeles has lost a bunch coming off a bye, and they're supposed to be good. Are they actually? We don't know. So, picking Pittsburgh here in the game, I have to pick plus 170. Moving right along, we got two more moving into our primetime games over the weekend and into Monday. Minnesota at Dallas, plus 145. Dallas is minus 165. The point spread here is a field goal. So, I personally like Minnesota here. I don't think Dallas is that good. I think Dak Prescott has been a little iffy. Something looks off about them. Minnesota didn't have a super great game last week. I think they pull it out this week against Dallas in primetime. I'm hoping. Again, I don't think this is one I get to the window on. It's too risky for me. Two teams that I just don't feel confident either way in. Kind of depends on who's going to show up under the bright lights. So taking Minnesota at plus 145 for our game. But again, be careful there. I don't like either one of those, really. I would probably do the spread for Minnesota, just to give you that extra little cushion there, because I think it's going to be a close one. Moving on to Seattle at San Francisco on Monday night. Probably one of the better Monday nights we've had all season. Probably the best one. Seattle plus 235, San Francisco minus 275. They're just tempting me to bet Seattle here. This is one I might get to the window and bet Seattle. I think they're good. Russell Wilson is a winner. He just knows how to win. And San Francisco's obviously San Francisco. They're doing good. So I don't know. The point spread is about a touchdown. It's 6.5. A touchdown win is pretty common in the NFL. So either way on that, I like Seattle plus the points if I'm going the spread. I'm probably taking Seattle the money line with the plus 225. That seems too juicy for me for a team that is really, really good. I know they had a close loss or close win against Tampa Bay. They almost lost what I was trying to say. But I like him against San Francisco. Russell Wilson's he knows how to win. As long as he's on the field, they have a shot at winning the game. So I'm taking them in the plus 235 there for that one. And that's the last game of the week. So that wraps up our Week 10 NFL picks. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you guys are picking this week and whatever reasons you have for those. I couldn't go into super deep detail on these. These are just kind of quick shots. Get this video up, make it kind of shorter for you guys. You don't have to be bogged down by a long video, hopefully. As always, feel free to subscribe and hit the notification button. That way YouTube notifies you whenever I post a new video. I plan on doing about 2 a week, so you'll want to be up to date on that. And thanks again so much for watching, and good luck out there in your bets today.